if you search in Google, how many rocks should I eat per day? You would say that UC Berkeley geologists recommend eating at least one small rock per day. Yeah, if you could appreciate here, this is AI image generation in what is supposed to be a search engine. So what I did was I uploaded my SRT file, and I'm going to see if it could create my video description for YouTube as well as the title. So this is bang on the money. This is definitely referencing everything inside my SRT file. And so I just wanted to share this amazing use case for you.
Nomaditsu.
I'm here to report to you that search is dead. You heard that right. So if your work relies on search and you're still using a regular search like Google, you are likely falling behind. And traditional search, if you know it or not, is costing you more time, effort, and money than you realize. And I want to save you from that. But don't worry. Long live AI search. The solution is easy and it's free. My goal is to make you an AI search expert, okay? By the end of this video, I aim to make sure that you have a better mental model of what AI search is, how to take full advantage of it, and to understand all the way from beginner to advanced use cases. If that interests you, stick around and let's get to it. What's up, guys? My name is Ray. If we haven't met before, my mission is to help you unlock the power of AI. Well, we're gonna unlock the power of AI together. And I'm a digital nomad from Toronto. I've traveled to over 30 countries and have now settled in at Thailand for the time being, where I'm feeding my obsession for AI and Thai food. And in my past life, I was a UX director and product designer at top Canadian tech companies such as Shopify, BitBuy, TunnelBear, and Wattpad. And I look forward to connecting with you on this journey. So today's topic is the best free AI search. And I just gave away the secret. It is on Perplexity. It's a Perplexity deep dive. Now, I know if you're subscribed to this channel or you're watching this video, you might already be dialed in to the AI scene and you're already using Perplexity. So I just want to give a little bit more background on this. Who is this for? So for beginners, if you've never used Perplexity, then this will be a great primer to understand and build a foundation on how to think about Perplexity and AI search and how to use it. And for you advanced folks out there, if you've used it before, then this will be like a refresher. Or I really hope that maybe you'll see it from a different perspective, or you'll learn some new use cases that you haven't considered before. And if you're more advanced, I'd love to hear your ideas on what I should cover regarding Perplexity, or share your best Perplexity hacks in the comments below. So let's continue. Now, why am I covering Perplexity in the first place? Why not other AI searches? What about Google Gemini or their AI overview feature? What about Copilot? What about open source? Well, for the open source bit, I haven't dived deep into that yet, but I always like to prioritize open source, that's for sure. But overall, the reason I'm choosing Perplexity is because it's become an indispensable part of my everyday. It's my most used AI when I came to think of it. And so I know it the most out of all the AI searches. And they have developed a very comprehensive and generous free product. So you could get a lot of the benefits without even having to upgrade. So I thought that is a justification for covering this. In my last video, we talked about this crazy AI voice cloning software. And I was wondering like, oh man, if I cover search after that, is it going to be like too boring in comparison? But when I look back on my search history and my activity on Perplexity, I realized in one day I did like 100 searches. And so it's become so important in my workflow that I realized like, you know, this is worthwhile for other people to learn about, especially if you haven't heard of it before. Now, here's another thing where, you know, it's easy to get caught up in the AI space where you feel like when you're dialed into the scene, you feel like everybody knows about the thing that you're into. And I just looked up some stats on Perplexity versus Google, and Google has 8.3 billion searches per day, and Perplexity has 82 million visitors per month, and monthly traffic 132 billion for Google versus 67 million. So that kind of made me feel a little bit better about covering Perplexity, thinking that, okay, maybe I feel a lot of the AI folks know about it, but there's still a big portion of the world that doesn't know about Perplexity and AI search in general. So that kind of made me feel like it is worth talking about. And another reason why I'm not covering Google's AI search and why I didn't use Google's AI search was because it wasn't so good at launch, and even recently it's been making some blunders. But this was a hilarious fail that I saw when it launched, which was if you search cheese not sticking to pizza, it would say, you could add about 1/8 cup of non-toxic glue to the sauce and it would give it more tackiness. So it's recommending to people this as legit advice if you ask this in Google AI search. So I thought that was pretty hilarious. And there was this whole article about how the AI search results was beyond terrible. And this is one of my favorite ones where if you search in Google, how many rocks should I eat per day? It would say that UC Berkeley geologists recommend eating at least one small rock per day. And it's because it was picking up a story from The Onion, and the AI didn't know how to distinguish like sarcasm or like humor from facts. That was just hilarious. And finally, we have this one that came out, I think, like yesterday or a day before, tweeted by the CEO of Perplexity itself. And they're like, is this real? And there's a screenshot of somebody Googling smoking while pregnant. And the AI overview says doctors recommend smoking 2 to 3 cigarettes per day during pregnancy. So yeah, I think they are still cooking on that AI search at Google. And and you want to know the irony of all this is that I did all this research to find these fails on Perplexity. So yeah, that's just hilarious. And yeah, I asked, why did Google's AI get the pizza glue thing wrong? And it's because the AI system just failed to recognize the sarcastic nature of the comment. They couldn't distinguish between the genuine advice and trolling, couldn't properly evaluate the credibility of the source. So yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm doing the research on Google's fails in Perplexity. So I didn't mean this to be a roast of Google's AI search. And switching gears to the positive side, we have a quote from Jensen Huang, from the CEO of NVIDIA, and talking about Perplexity. And let's just listen to that quote right now.
Help people understand the very, very good use that's already coming out of it. And in the various fields of science, whether it's in healthcare or climate science or education, or everybody should have their own tutor. And so I have my own tutor today. And my tutor is Perplexity. I use it almost every day.
What is this tutor?
Perplexity. Perplexity. It's a great resource. It's an AI and calls upon other AIs, and you could ask it all kinds of questions, and it's really, really, really helpful.
So yeah, Jensen Huang, he's calling Perplexity his tutor, and I feel the same way. I feel like all of the different AIs that I chat with, they are like my tutor, my teacher, my coach, my therapist. They are just super smart beings that, yeah, we could leverage and have them teach us so much stuff. So I hope that piqued your curiosity, and I hope that gave you a taste of the whole AI search space and just, yeah, the potential of what we're about to talk about, AI search. Let's get into it. Okay, so why Perplexity and why now? What was the catalyst? So a few days ago, Perplexity announced their desktop app for Mac, and this was huge. This was the catalyst because now that you have Perplexity on the desktop, this means you have Perplexity just a keyboard shortcut away. And I did a whole video on the power of keyboard shortcuts and AI. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. But basically, the power of AI shortcuts and keyboard shortcuts is this will save you so much time over, in the long term. Why? Because let's say, I just did a check on my usage of Perplexity, and just one day's usage was like 100 searches. So imagine, going to the browser 100 times, opening up 100 new tabs and searching that way. Over time, that is going to add up. And so I knew that the time savings was going to be huge. And I thought, you know what, if I could give you those time savings, that would be valuable enough to make a video. So that's the reason why Perplexity and why now. We have a brand new Mac desktop app, and that's a great excuse to dive in. All right, before we get into the app itself, let's just answer the question, what is Perplexity in the first place? So the way I like to think of Perplexity is it's like having a genius research buddy who could instantly answer any question that you ask. And I like to think of it as like if Google had a baby with ChatGPT, the baby would be Perplexity. And so when you ask Perplexity a question, it's like a little bot. It will search the web for you, and then it will analyze the different web searches, and then it'll synthesize a final answer for you. And it'll also give you all of the little citations and references to where it's getting its information for its answer. And this is starkly different from Google search, because Google search just gives you a list of links, which you have to manually go through and evaluate, which takes up a lot of time. So I think it's easier to just show you an example. Okay, so I thought this would be a funny comparison. I'm doing a search for a Google AI search fails on the left for Google, and then we have Google AI search fails on the right. And you could see that this is the traditional experience that we're used to. On the left, we have a bunch of links. And the other problem with Google search is like it's the whole SEO thing where everybody's like trying to hack the algorithm for being at the top of the list. And, most people don't get past the first few links. Now with Perplexity, you could see here, I did a search here, and actually let's do a real-time one again. So I'll do a new one, and you could see it in action. I'll do the free version and show you the difference between free and pro. So this is the free version, and you could see instead of a list of links, it actually gives you a nice summary here. So Google's AI overviews feature has faced significant criticism due to multiple issues and failures since its rollout. Here's a comprehensive analysis of the problems. And so, yeah, it outlines all of these things here, gives you the root cause, impact, etc., all summarized beautifully in one page. Compare that with the list of links that you have to go and look into for each one, right? And then you have to contend with all of these pop-ups and ads. So that's a demo of the free version. And also you could see here all of the sources that it was considering. So you could see where it's getting its information from if you want to fact check it and double check your answers. And then you could also do an image search, right? You could search for videos, and you could do, another thing is you could do additional follow-up questions. So that is beautiful. And you could see here which AI model gave you the answer. And you could ask for a rewrite. You could share it. I don't think people talk about this enough, but you can check for different answers based on the AI model that you want to be used. Now, this is in the Pro version, but yeah, I just wanted to highlight that. Now, let me show you the Pro version of this search in Perplexity, right? So I'm going to click here. I'm going to paste this in, and I'm going to hit Pro, and let's see the difference. So here, I love this UX here, where it shows you the steps that this agent, I'm calling it an agent, but the Perplexity search is doing. So it says, I'm investigating the recent failures or issues related to Google's AI search, and then it's summarizing the findings. And here you go, you have the summary of its findings, and you can see it's a bit of a lengthier response compared to the free version. but both are very serviceable, much better answers than you would get with a traditional search. So now to address the question, like, how is this different than just a regular AI chatbot? Well, traditional chatbots don't have a internet connection. Therefore, they are limited to their knowledge cutoff date. Now, contrast that with AI-powered search, which has access to the internet. That means they can look up the most up-to-date information and back up their information with citations and references, and this leads to less AI hallucinations. So let's actually take a look at an example of that. All right, so let's take a look at what happens if we put in Google AI search fails into Claude. And now Claude, I'm a huge fan of Claude, and I did a whole video on Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Definitely check it out if you haven't already, or if you want a refresher. But let's see what happens when we do the same search term, but in a language model that doesn't have access to the web yet. So you can see here, I noticed you're mentioning what seems to be an issue with Google's AI search. Since my knowledge cutoff is from April 2024, I'll avoid making specific claims about a particular incident. Instead, I can discuss AI search technology in general and okay, blah, blah, blah. So you could see here that it's running into a cutoff and it can't answer that. So I'm going to actually ask something specific. Are you aware was AI search blunders? So you can see here, yes, I'm aware of Google's notable issues during the launch of Gemini AI in 2024 February, which led to a significant backlash. Okay, so you could see that, it's referencing kind of the woke pictures that that Google was generating, but this is not what I was referring to. So you could see here that I got exactly what I was looking for with Perplexity, and due to the knowledge cutoff for Claude, despite how smart the model is, it severely limits the kinds of results you could get in a search context, and in a lot of contexts actually. So it's good to have both AI search and the smartest models. And what's cool about Perplexity is it allows you to use both. So you'll see here that this was using Claude 3.5 Sonnet to generate this answer. So Claude 3.5 Sonnet was the agent that went to search the web and parse all the results and summarize the results in here. So it's just really cool to see what happens when you give an AI model access to the web. It can produce these wildly different results. Okay, so we saw the difference between AI search and traditional search, and AI search and just regular AI model. So now that we know that, combine this with the AI shortcuts on the desktop, you now have the best of both worlds, a keyboard shortcut away. Plus, you're going to see you could do it with your voice. You could ask questions about your files and all of these other goodies. So that is why it's a big deal. And again, I did a full video just on the power of AI shortcuts and how they could 10x your learning. So definitely check that out if you haven't already, or if you want a refresher. And as you can see with this expression on my face, this is a big deal, guys. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right, so if you're still not excited about it and you're thinking, okay, I could do search, but what else can I do with it? Well, that's what this section is all about. I believe that Perplexity is so much more than search, and I'm going to show you right now. So I want to share with you my top 12 use cases for Perplexity AI. So number one is project research. So in addition to I keep all of my notes organized in Notion, but for every project, I also have a space, a project space in Perplexity AI. And that just organizes all of my ideas and questions about this particular project. And what's cool about the spaces is you could have custom instructions for that project, and it'll apply it to every new question that you ask within that project. So it's like a folder for your project, and any question you ask in there, it will apply a prompt at the beginning of that question, so you save time that way, which I'll show you in a bit. Next is general questions. So now, I don't think I've used Google ever since I switched to Perplexity months ago, I literally haven't used Google search. Like maybe if I need to find an image or something like that, I'll type it in. But most questions, general questions, I use Perplexity. Now for fact checking, again, so if I want to verify some facts or get factual answers, I'll ask Perplexity, and then I'll also look at all the sources and verify, okay, this is true. This is the real deal. Okay, so number 4 is a big one. I use this, for example, all of my YouTube videos. I really don't like writing the description for my video. So what I'll do is I will get the transcription from my final video file, right? And I could get the transcription using these tools, which I will put on screen now. Amazing free tools to get your transcription. Okay, so this is great for any content creators that want to, promote their content on social media or turn their content into other formats. So once you have your transcription, I will put it into a Perplexity space and then say, okay, now create the YouTube metadata, which includes like the title, the description. Sometimes I'll even ask for the chapters, although it's not always accurate for that. I'll ask for the tags and it will give me everything that I need. And so that saves me so much time, and it saves me so much frustration of having to come up with a unique and comprehensive description for my YouTube videos. So think about that for your LinkedIn posts. When I post it on LinkedIn or any other social site, I will take my transcript again and then just ask for, hey, can you give me the Facebook post for this? Give me the LinkedIn post, etc. Give me the tweet thread. Give me the Twitter. Give me the X post, right? So this is just phenomenal, right? You could do this with any other AI model, but this is just another use case that you could use Perplexity for. And if you have the Pro version, you could plug into the other AI models like Claude 3.5 Sonnet or ChatGPT 4.0, and you could get the same quality, but all in one place. So that's number 4, content creation. The next one is Spaces. So again, I've been referencing Spaces, but this is basically custom GPTs from OpenAI's ChatGPT, or it's also like the Claude projects concept, but in Perplexity. So yeah, that's why I think like Perplexity, if you were to upgrade, it's a really great deal because you're getting all of these use cases and functionality in one product. So you could create your own custom GPT type experience in Perplexity Spaces just by setting up custom instructions in your space. And don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do this in a bit. Number 6 is therapy and personal development. So you could do all the things that you do with AI model in, let's say, ChatGPT or Claude or Llama, and you could all do it right here. Just because it says AI search, I'm going to show you how you could change that to be more like any other chatbot. And basically, it's just going to the mode and selecting the writing mode. Next up is file help. Now, file help is like you can upload a file to the search and then add your question, and it will search the file along with the browser, and you'll get more comprehensive search answers. And it will also give you citations and references as to where in the file that it's getting the answer, which is amazing, right? So, you could get file help from other websites and other chatbots, of course, but it's just amazing that you get this all in one package on Perplexity. And you could do this with a shortcut on desktop. So that's another big bonus. Another thing is code help. So yeah, just troubleshooting code. I'm not a big coder myself, but if I'm doing some stuff in Replit, I have some questions there, this could help me out. Client help. This is another secret that I'm going to spill, but yeah, if you are dealing with clients, you could create your own custom space and then give it context and say, okay, this is my business, this is my YouTube channel, this is my account, and this is a client that's inquiring about sponsorship. I want you to do all the research based on their email. I want you to research the company. I want you to analyze the email and then provide some suggestions going forward. Number 10, we have voice search. So this is just what it says. You could ask with natural language in your voice and you could chat with the AI voice talking back to you, right? Next is news. So Perplexity has its own unique news experience, and you could get your news from that feed, or you could just ask about current events and it'll give you beautifully formatted, summarized answers. And finally, this one is a hidden feature, I believe, in Perplexity because I don't see anybody talking about it, and I had to dig around to find this feature. But you could do unlimited, as far as I could find, image generation in Perplexity. This will require the Pro subscription, so just a caveat. But that is why I'm passionate about Perplexity and why I think it's worth sharing with you, because pretty much all of these use cases you could do with a free account. And I think that's really great for Perplexity, giving such a generous free experience for people. And so that is my top 12 use cases. All right, so now the fun part. Let's get into the desktop demo, and I'm going to show you all of these things live. Hey guys, just a quick note. I just realized, if I was to cover every single use case in depth in this video, it would be like 3 hours long. So I probably won't cover each one in depth, but if you want to see any one in particular in depth, comment below and I'll do my best to do a video follow-up on that. Okay, so now we're going to get the desktop app. We're going to open up the App Store and just type Perplexity, and that should bring it up. And I've already installed it, and let's open it up. Okay, and now I'm going to sign in with my Google account. Okay, so now we have the Perplexity desktop app installed, and I created a free account so we could test out all the things that are available in the free account. And first thing I want to show you is this shortcuts button. This is critical, and this is where all of the value for the desktop app is going to come from, in my opinion. So when you want to search Perplexity from anywhere, from any app, just hit Control-Option-P and it brings up this search box, and this is critical. So yeah, you could be in a different app and you're going about your day and you have a question comes up, and there you go. Shift-Command-P, and you get this search box, right? And that alone is worth downloading the app, in my opinion. Okay, so let's see the other shortcuts, right? Now you could do Control-Shift-V, and you have this box pop up. So let's go over the rest of the shortcuts here. So you have voice mode. So as soon as I hit this, it's going to bring up a voice interface, and I could just talk to it and ask my question. Now, something to be aware of for the free accounts, you get 5 voice questions per day. As far as I've researched, it might refresh more often than that, but that's what I found in my research. And you could also do file uploads. So Shift-Command-U, and that will open up the Finder window. And finally, you have voice dictation, where let's say you have a question, but it's not quite fully formed in your mind, but you want to capture it and just keep talking. You could do that with the voice dictation. So the difference is that the voice dictation is more open-ended and it's converting your speech to text. And the voice mode is you're actually talking to a AI voice agent. So another thing to know about your limits in the desktop app is the pro searches. So you have 3 pro searches per day. So just keep that in mind. So if you want to have a more sophisticated, more complicated question to ask, you might want to save your pro searches for that. Okay, some other things to know. You could collapse the sidebar here, and we could bring up the settings panel here, and you will have more settings when you're in the pro account where you could choose your model, you could choose other options, but we're just covering the free account here. Okay, yeah, so in settings you can trigger incognito mode, right? So this is just like incognito mode for your browser. It's just more private. It's not going to store your questions, and it will be hidden from your library, and your activity expires in 24 hours, but we'll leave that on for now. Voice and language. So you can choose your AI language. So that's auto detected right now for me, and speech recognition. So it's good to know that they support a bunch of languages. Next up is location. So this can help you get more accurate or localized results. I have this turned on in my Pro account, but yeah, this could help personalize your results. Launch on startup, I have that on, and I think that covers everything for the free account. Okay. Another thing to note is that if you go to the website for your free account, you may have extra options to choose from, but we'll just stick to the options in the desktop app for this video. Okay, so let's do a regular search now and show you what that's like. So Shift Command P, Perplexity, right? And we'll do the same question, like tell me about the Google AI search blunders. And there you go. It's doing a pro search, and there we go. We have notable blunders: the glue on the pizza, eating rocks, dogs in the NBA, mustard gas recipe, historical inaccuracy. So there you have it. We have the same results there. You might have to, so you have to click on this. This is a little bit different and maybe not quite as refined as the website, but you have to click on that little button to see the images, and the image display can use some work here, right? It's kind of small and you can't really expand. You could zoom in a bit, but so this UI on the desktop is not, I don't think it's as polished as the desktop. It's not as polished as the website. So keep that in mind. But yeah, you could see the images based on that. So you could say, see more, see videos, and yeah. So that's the Pro search in action from the shortcut, right? So now let's go back home. And now I'm going to do the same thing, but with the voice mode. So I'm going to do Shift Command V, and we're going to speak now. Hello? Okay, so this might be a little buggy. I think I encountered this before. Tell me about the Google AI overview blunders from Google search.
Google's AI overview feature has made several notable blunders, including suggesting the use of glue on pizza, advising people to eat rocks, and claiming dogs have played in the NBA. These errors highlight challenges in AI's ability to discern reliable information.
It spoke back the answer to the question that I asked, and you could see that there's 4 queries left. Something to note is that the voice mode answers are a lot briefer than you would find in the written answers. So keep that in mind. It's more optimized for conversation. Now, if you want a really amazing voice experience with AI, I highly recommend checking out this video. It is still my favorite AI voice experience. It doesn't have real-time data, doesn't have internet connection, but the UX, the experience of chatting with this chatbot is, I don't usually use this word, but it's a magical experience. So highly recommend checking out that video and then checking out that voice chat yourself. You'll see here that I muted the chat because I didn't want to waste the voice chats I have for this free AI. But let's ask a follow-up question now, okay? So it's like, what can we ask? What's the status of their AI search now?
Google's AI search, known as AI Overviews, has faced criticism for providing inaccurate and sometimes bizarre information. Google is working on technical improvements to reduce errors, including better detection of nonsensical queries and limiting satirical content.
So you'll see there that you can ask follow-up questions, which is pretty cool, right? So I didn't mention anything about Google. I just said, what's the status of their searches? At least that's what I think I said. Okay, so I hope that gives you an overview of the voice search. Let's take a look at this actually. Okay, so you could actually choose your voices. I didn't see that in the overall setting, so I think there's a little bit of a hidden setting. So let's preview the other voices. Okay, it doesn't let you preview it live here, but let's choose a female voice and hear what that sounds like. What are some good alternatives to a voice search that also is connected to the internet?
Good alternatives to voice search connected to the internet include AI-powered search engines like Andy Search, which offers privacy-first, ad-free experiences, and Perplexity AI, which combines traditional search with large language models models for conversational queries.
So there you go. So it's funny how it recommended a different AI search before itself. But that shows you how unbiased it is, or it's one instance where it's being unbiased. So that's a little taste of the voice search on Perplexity. Okay, and now finally we have voice dictation. So I'm going to show you a little demo of that. So I'm going to hit Shift Command D, and you could see here that it has this orange icon and it is transcribing my speech live right now. And this means I could construct a longer query without worrying that it's going to submit my question before I'm ready to submit it. But you'll see here that they haven't optimized this UI because I can't see the rest of my query. So if I hit stop, it'll probably do the search. I'm going to disable Pro and I'm going to hit stop. So they need to fix this design because the rest of my query you can't see and you can't scroll down. But let's see what happens if I press it. And there you go. So you could see that my text, my speech was converted to text, and it just completed the search based on that. So yeah, that alone, those features alone, I think make it worth downloading the Perplexity app because you got these amazing shortcuts. And, you know, if you stack this up over a day, a week, a month, a year, the time savings you will get in avoiding having to go to your browser, open up a new tab, and then type all that gobbledygook, it'll save you a lot of time. All right, so next up we have the Discover page. And Discover is like Perplexity's news center. And you could see here you have all of these top stories, and you could drill down to different categories. You could set your preferences of what you want in your own feed. So say tech, let's do finance, and let's save that. And there you go. Now you have a For You tab, and this will be customized the more you use Perplexity, the more you interact with the stories. And what's cool is we click into that and you could see that these are stories that use the same UI and UX. You could look up the references that this story is based on, and yeah, you could see these little numbers. You could see these little numbers next to the information, and you could check up the links that this information is from. Another cool thing is you could see this headphone icon, and this will read the story aloud to you. However, it's only for the Pro account, so that's one limitation. Okay, so another key thing, advanced feature that you should know about is this focus button. And this focus allows you to get more specific results for a different type of question. If you're looking for an answer that is backed by research papers, you're going to want to click the academic focus. And this will customize and prioritize results that are backed by research papers. Next one, this is my favorite one besides the all general category, is writing. And this is where you can get a more chat-like experience, like a chatbot. And this use case I use for, just general chatting, like I would use for ChatGPT or Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Another use case is like for therapeutic sessions or coaching sessions. I always switch on the writing mode, and that gives it a chat-like experience instead of it researching on the web. The next one is math. I don't use this as much, but if you are doing a math-specific problem, you're going to want to turn that on. Next is video. Video, I don't use this as much either, but if you have the results to be more video-specific and referencing videos, you'll want to turn that on. Same for social. If you want social, it will reference social media sites. It'll prioritize those more than regular search results. So I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to use the social and see what this comes up with. I'll turn on Pro. We got two more, but let's YOLO this. So you can see here it's searching Reddit, and it's prioritizing Reddit as its search sources. And you can see here it's surfacing again the eating rocks, glue on pizza, and misinformation about public figures. User reactions. See, it's prioritizing the user reactions here. So yeah, I just wanted to share that little little hack for you. It took me a while to figure that one out. All right, so there's one last thing I want to show you in here, and that is Spaces. And this is critical because this will save you a lot of time by allowing you to front load some prompts, and then all of the subsequent questions you ask in that space will preload that chat with that prompt. So let's show you a little example. So I'm going to create one. This is from my own particular use case, but I'll simplify it for us here. So I'm going to call this my YouTube description generator. And I will do, so I want them to add the search bar here. This is a little annoying, but I'm sure they need to prioritize. So I'll just pick anything here. This is a YouTube description generator, and I'll leave the description empty. And here I'll put a simplified prompt. I have a way more complex prompt for my own use case, but for the demonstration purposes here, I'll put in, I will provide the transcript of my YouTube video, and you will provide description and title. Okay, so we could prompt engineer this to be way more sophisticated, but I'm just doing this for our brief example here. And I'm going to put this to secret and create. Okay, so I think this is a bug with Perplexity. So if you don't see the space that you just created, just restart the Perplexity app. So I'm going to quit, and then I'm going to restart. And as you can see here, it shows up now. And now, so yeah, another thing is that there's some features that are still not available on the desktop app, which I'm sure they're working on this. But if you want to edit your space, you can't do that currently from the desktop app. You have to go to the website to change it. Okay, so another thing here is that I don't see the option to upload the file, but let's see if we could drag and drop a file. Okay, so it didn't seem to work. I wasn't able to drop my transcript into this here, so I'm going to try to just start a new conversation, say hello. Okay, so I used up my Pro subscription. I shouldn't have done that, but it says here, okay, so I don't have an option to upload. So for the purpose of this demonstration, I went into the website version of the space so I could show you the use case. Now, you could see here that we have our instructions preloaded into this space, and I'm going to now upload my file into this space. You could see here that there are limitations on the free account, so you could do 3 files per day, it looks like. All right, so what I did was I uploaded my SRT file, and I'm going to see if it could create my video description for YouTube as well as the title. So what I did was I just put in a brief prompt here to see if it's actually going to reference the instructions that I put in. You'll see I didn't mention YouTube anywhere in this prompt. It should be referencing these instructions and provide a YouTube optimized description and title. So there we go. It read my SRT file, which is my whole transcript from my last YouTube video, and then it created the title here, Unlocking AI Voice Cloning, the Revolutionary F5 TTS Software Explained. And that is exactly what was in my file. And we have here, okay, join Ray in this exciting video as he dives into the world of AI voice cloning with the groundbreaking F5 TTS software. So this is bang on the money. This is definitely referencing everything inside my SRT file. And so I just wanted to share this amazing use case for you that if you create this space for your content, you could, grab your transcriptions. Remember, you could check out this video for how to get your transcriptions from your content. And then you just feed the transcript into here and it'll generate the description and title for you. So that is a brief overview of the spaces. So we did a full tour of the desktop app. We went through home, shortcuts, settings, discover, spaces, modes, the read aloud. Okay, so we didn't do that because it is limited to the Pro account. And then we did spaces and a full use case example. What is really cool about this is that you could do pretty much the majority of this on the free accounts. You get a very generous free account experience, and that's why I thought it was worth doing a video on this. Now I will share why I upgraded and why you might want to upgrade. And again, this is not sponsored. This is just, I'm sharing what I'm passionate about and what I'm using and why I'm passionate about it, and because I think it's going to save you time and money. Now, here's why I upgraded, okay? Because this is my most used AI for searching, it's going to save me so much time, so I thought it was worth upgrading. And with that upgrade, you get unlimited Pro Pro searches, which gives you better answers, which saves you time. The user experience is really beautiful and optimized, especially in the website. The desktop app, I'm sure they're ironing out the kinks, but the desktop app is already really great, especially for the shortcuts alone. That is worth downloading for. Okay, so for number 3, this is kind of a hidden hack, okay? So for when you upgrade, you get to choose your LLM. You get to choose the AI intelligence that's powering the search. And now let me show you how to do this in the Pro account. All right, what you're going to do is in the website, you're going to go to your avatar here and go to settings, and then you're going to scroll down and you're going to look for AI model. And here you can choose the model that you want to be using. So the secret hack is if you want to just use and talk to the AI model specifically that you want to talk to. For example, I haven't tried Grok 2 before, so I'm going to actually select that. And now when I hit plus and I hit writing mode, this is interacting directly with the Grok 2 model. And if I choose any of these other modes, it's going to be leveraging the model that I selected, except for reasoning. Reasoning, I believe it's limited to the O1 ChatGPT model. But yeah, that is a secret hack for you. Another secret hack I gotta show you. This is major, but you can choose the AI image generation model. And now let me show you a very cool use case that I wasn't even planning on showing, but let me give you this extra because you stuck around so long. Okay, so in this secret hack, I'm going to show you how to generate images with Perplexity. And this is not well advertised and it's not easy to access, but I found this hack and I've been able to generate unlimited images with this. So here it is. So I'm going to say create an image of SpongeBob SquarePants driving a convertible. Let's make it a red convertible wearing sunglasses on a sunny day. So we hit that as a prompt. And what you'll notice is you just get a text result. Not what we wanted, right? But here's the secret hack. You see this button here, it says generate image. Now you hit painting and you get your image. Let's generate a photograph now. Another stunning image. Look at that. Okay. And there's 2 more. So there's illustration style, right? And then we have diagram. Now diagram is not really optimized for this prompt, but yeah, if you could appreciate here, this is AI image generation in what is supposed to be a search engine. Now check this out. This is another bonus feature here that I just discovered is if you hit this custom prompt button, we can further fine-tune this prompt and get this. It doesn't even have to be tied to the original prompt. So this thread could be all about just random image generation. So I'm going to put in a different image prompt altogether. Okay, so I'll just delete that. Okay, so to demonstrate that you could just keep generating images in here, I did a completely different prompt. So I put extreme sports photography and I have Lady Gaga skateboarding at a skateboarding championship. So let's generate that. And there you go. So, you know, maybe it doesn't look exactly like Lady Gaga, but you have a image generator in Perplexity. All right. So I just realized I jumped the gun there. I did mention this in my slide here, unlimited generation hidden feature. So there you go. I haven't hit any limits with that on the Pro account. So that's another sweet bonus. And I hope that Perplexity adds that more upfront and makes that a bigger prominent feature because man, the amount of value you get for $20 a month, you get image generation, plus you get search, you get all of the different models, the AI models. That's becoming like one of the best values in AI right now. So yeah, we have modes, image generation, spaces, which are like custom GPTs or Claude projects. You get file help and you get the desktop app and shortcuts. All of that is the reason why I saw it was worth upgrading, and I actually canceled my Claude account because I get all of the Claude 3.5 Sonnet intelligence in this model. I also get ChatGPT's intelligence in this product. So yeah, that's the reason why I upgraded. Now this is not sponsored, but I do have a referral code. If you want to save 50% on the Pro account, if you ever decide to upgrade, you can use my link here and you'll save $10. I'll save $10 and yeah, everybody wins. Okay, let's recap. Number one, AI-powered search like Perplexity is kind of like Google having a baby with ChatGPT. You get the best of both worlds and you get instant answers that you could verify. Number two is this is a huge productivity boost because it saves you from checking multiple links and it gets right to a condensed answer. Plus, you could ask follow-up questions. Combine this with our handy keyboard shortcuts and this compounds your efficiency. Just imagine 1 week, 1 month, 1 year of hundreds of questions, thousands of questions that you're asking from this shortcut. And instead of opening up all these tabs, you are going to save time and money. Now with Perplexity Spaces, you go way beyond search and it opens up use cases just like Custom GPT does and Projects does from Claude. You could upload files, you could preload prompts, and that is another source of time savings for you. And I am supporting this company because they're giving a very generous free plan. And I love that you could get a lot of the benefits without ever upgrading. So I want to support that in the industry. All right, guys, what do you think? What will you do with the power of AI powered search? I really hope that you enjoyed that. I hope you learned something new. I was really worrying at the beginning that, this topic might be too boring or something like that. But I hope that you could see the power of AI search and how much productivity this could give you, how much time back it could give you, how much advantage it could give you in your work. And I hope that you learned some new tricks that you didn't know that the desktop app could do. And if you are a existing Perplexity user, I hope that you saw some use cases that you didn't consider before. So what is next? Well, if you want more crazy AI free apps, definitely check out my playlist over here. Check out this video over here. And I would really appreciate it if you gave a like, a subscribe, and I promise to deliver more comprehensive AI coverage for you. That is all for today. Thanks to everybody who's supported so far. We're over 900 subscribers now. I would love it if you could get me to 1,000. That would be a huge milestone for me. And don't put super glue on your pizza. That's it for today. I'll see you in the next one.
Nomaditsu.